We're here.
Now we all know why we're here. We got a story to take.
Welcome back, by the way. I got sick last week.
He also had a family emergency that made him...
My dog died.
Yeah. No one likes it when a pet dies.
Yeah.
I should know. It's happened to me sometimes.
So today is April 15th?
Yeah. Here, let's start out with a news story.
Yeah.
Yesterday, last night, the local den of degeneracy of the internet, 4chan, got fucking hacked.
Huh.
They leaked everything.
And nothing of value was lost.
It is, I'm pretty sure it's still down, but, they got the source code, they hacked all the moderators.
I did hear about that.
They doxed them all. They have chat stuff from all the way back in 2000. Some of these people wrote up with their actual fucking names and actual, fucking active emails, including .edu and .gov emails.
Crazy. Anyways,
so that place is fucked. They also brought QA back.
Waiting on you, kid.
Today is the 6th anniversary of Uneven Buddies. Would you believe it?
I wouldn't know. I wasn't here on opening day, remember?
Yeah. Today is also tax day.
Alright, you got it down?
It's a good thing I got my tax in before everything went to hell with the IRS.
It's a good thing I don't pay taxes.
Probably for the best.
I just evade them.
You don't work.
I don't work.
I got faith in you.
You just live off of your dad.
Yeah.
For real.
I'll probably divide this catch up into some sessions. So let's start with movies. I watched 3 movies over the last between now and last time. First one was Captain America: Brave New World.
How was that?
I like how it reminds you it's a work of fiction because the president takes accountability for his actions.
Man, that if only that were actually the case in real life. Instead, we're getting a constitutional crisis that makes it feel like we're about to see the end of America.
Other than that, I actually like the movie.
That's cool. I put it off because, I've been putting off basically the entirety of the MCU for a while now. It's not even just not wanting to watch them, it's just I don't have an interest of going to the movies to watch them. They're not good enough to warrant actually going to the movies, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If I'm going to watch them, I'm watching them on Disney Plus, and even then, I'll watch them when I feel like watching them.
It just came out on digital today.
Oh, so I'll watch that.
And it came out 2 months ago. Digital, you have to buy it.
Damn.
Second movie I saw was The Day the Earth. God damn it, I hate these controllers. The Day the Earth blew up.
Hey yo, I watched that one too. I also watched a few movies.
Yeah, my mom hated it. Well, it was a Looney Tunes movie.
I enjoyed it a lot, so did Kevin.
And speaking of Looney Tunes, the same company that bought this movie also bought the rights to Coyote vs. Acme.
So we're actually going to get that movie.
And will release it in theaters in 2026.
Nice.
I told you it would come out. And out of the options I thought how it would get out, option 2 was the winner. Someone else buys it. In case everyone forgot, option 1 was Warner Brothers has a change of heart and releases it themselves. And option 3 was Cyber Attack.
Honestly, I was expecting it to be Cyber Attack. In other news, David Zaslav has increased his payment to $51 million.
That's too much money.
That man deserves to get shot. Not even to die, just he deserves to get shot in the leg. Something.
He deserves to have an anvil dropped on him.
Yeah, he deserves to have one of those comically large bombs from a Looney Tunes series to drop on him. All I'm saying is he deserves to get hurt.
And the third movie I saw was Minecraft.
Kevin saw that one.
Chicken Jockey.
I didn't watch it for one reason.
Flint and Steel.
I didn't feel like watching it.
Okay, so let me start off. The movie was bad, by the way.
I think everyone expected that. I don't think anyone expected it to be good in any way.
I watched it opening night. When I went to the theater, there was a group of four people, and 3 of them were dressed like Minecraft mobs. One was a creeper, one was an enderman, and one was a mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
And the creeper went up to me and went like the actual creeper does.
Yeah.
And they ended up sitting right next to me in the theater. And one of them took off their sweater and had like 6 pieces of candy taped to his shirt.
Yep.
And spent like 5 minutes just getting them off. And then the movie started. And it was all downhill from there. Like, the theater was just chanting, Flint and Steel, Chicken Jockey, Chicken Jockey. And when he said, I am Steve, and the famous Chicken Jockey, everyone repeated it, and then clapped. But
How the fuck? I've never missed this.
Oh no.
I literally never missed that before. I have no idea that it can even happen.
And then after I watched it, I saw reports that people were throwing popcorn during Chicken Jockey, and someone brought an actual chicken.
I told him to fix that goddamn AC.
What's going on?
Like, unironically, I've literally never had that happen to me before. Which, man, that must tell you how like, not much I've been playing this fucking game.
And now, I think the movie has made $550 million, which makes it the 2nd biggest video game movie ever.
Yep. It's closing in on Sonic.
Yeah. It passed all the Sonic movies already.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And they've already greenlit a sequel. Another Minecraft movie. And I will say, remember the criticism that Steve just looked like Jack Black in a blue shirt?
Yep.
He really was just Jack Black in a blue shirt. But yeah, all in all, it was a movie.
Make sure there's one. Go.
I have to make sure to pick up the money that the guy who's about to die drops.
Again, the Minecraft movie was bad. But watching it was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
I did hear that this was a movie that's best enjoyed with large audiences.
Yeah. Everyone was cheering along, and my mom was there. I dragged her along, and she was really confused the entire time. She mainly went for this because there was a subplot where a Minecraft villager goes into the real world and falls in love with Jennifer Coolidge, I think how to pronounce it. And that's only like 3 minutes of screen time. Because they had to cut out a 25-minute graphic sex scene in the movie.
Damn.
They go like,
Okay, let's retry.
But at the very end, the villager speaks fluent English, and I wanted to throw up.
It's a good thing that they really picked up the money before, like, I ended up losing him.
Yeah. Bonk.
You lost? Are you kidding me? Where am I going to find you?
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
Well, I was going this way because I knew it was the correct way.
But yeah, don't throw popcorn at other people during the movie, please. That's not nice.
Fuck!
Uh-oh. I think you might, yeah.
I was gonna say, the only appropriate place to throw popcorn in a movie theater is in a case of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Like, someone brought a live chicken to one showing. Someone tackled another theater employee.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And it makes me think, I actually thought to myself, man, I'm glad you're not working at the movies anymore.
So this is why you need to use the correct bike, I guess? Because the other bike handles better. And this one, if you notice, kind of just fucking throws you all over the place!
The next movie I'm seeing is a re-release of Star Wars Episode 3. Because they're re-releasing that in theaters. That'll be an experience. Go!
Let's make sure I get the right way this time around.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
Whoa. No. Thank God for Franklin's ability.
That's like the one good character ability, I'd say. Or the most useful.
Trevor's is also pretty good, but it's only useful in shootouts.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen nearly enough with Trevor for it to actually be, like, useful.
You see, I drive like a maniac in this game, so it's very useful. So I always play as Franklin.
Same. And I'm basically only really decent at this game once the driving skill is so maxed out that you actually don't deal with much traction. On the plus side, because I drive this insane, Franklin's driving skill gets higher, like, way faster than it should.
Yeah. In other terms of movies, Spider-Verse 3 finally has a release date of June 4th, 2027.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 25 by then.
No, I got you. Keep going.
Did they really think they would make the original March 2024 deadline?
They did if they overworked them like they planned to. You know, before everything came out about how horrible the work environment for them is.
And then the strike happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an event called CinemaCon recently, so we got a bunch of movie news.
So, in the case of my movie watching, I also watched The Day the Earth Blew Up. But along with that, I decided to watch the old cult movie Heathers for reasons other than... Honestly, it was mostly just nostalgia for the musical. I enjoyed it more than I expected, I'm gonna be honest here.
Let's see.
See why it's a cult hit.
I have to remember what they showed at CinemaCon. Well, they revealed the title of the next MCU Spider-Man movie called Brand New Day. Yeah, not many people who are Spider-Man fans are happy with that name for very obvious reasons, if you don't know. Have you ever heard of One More Day? No, not that. Brand New Day is the one that happens immediately after One More Day. But the thing is, Brand New Day wasn't exactly received well because it was kind of shit. As an example, the only villain that came out of Brand New Day that were like accepted by the general populace of Spider-Man fans were Screwball, because the game made everyone hate her, so now it's understandable to use her as a villain, and Mr. Negative. I saw Brand New Day and my first thought was, is that the song from Persona 3?
Oh yeah, we did it.
If I remember correctly, Brand New Day was that same era where they... No, I'm overthinking it. I was about to say it's that one with the lizard eating his son, but I don't think that's the case.
Since we're on the topic of Sony, let's talk about Sony's announcements.
We need to split up.
We are getting another Resident Evil reboot for some reason.
Yeah.
Sure. Said to be more faithful to the games.
Alright, look, you're right.
That's what they said last time.
Jumanji
Jumanji 3?
I'll probably watch that one, if only because I've watched Jumanji 2.
The live-action Legend of Zelda movie has gotten a release date of March 26, 2027. God help us.
I did see that. I'm not sure how to feel about that movie.
And 4 Beatles movies that are all releasing at the same time.
Let's see.
4.
So, as I want to point out right now, fucking, what was it? Oh, yeah. I watched Invincible.
How is that?
I enjoyed it a lot.
I don't care if you got money now. Don't you get it? That ain't what I was looking for. Not ever.
I know it ain't important. Just let me take you somewhere nice, alright?
All I'll say is rest in peace to a real one with Rexplode.
Stop looking for the easy way.
And, fucking, I also, thanks to a random bout of nostalgia, and watching the reaction, I rewatched the Fallout TV show. Still pretty good. Like, it holds up.
I haven't seen it, but I think my grandma might have watched it without realizing it's based on a game. Because my dad watched the Tomb Raider movie without realizing it's based on a game.
I wouldn't be too shocked, huh?
And he watched, like, that... I mentioned before, where he was watching that shitty Hitman movie without realizing it's based on a game until I told him, and he's like... He called me up, and he's like... Well, he called me to the living room when he was watching, and he was like, okay, how does this relate to the game? And I'm like... I've only played, like, one of them.
If she ever asks, well, how does this relate to the game? When it comes to Fallout, it just takes place in the same world.
We're getting...
Although it did confirm a few things. It solidified that 2 endings of Fallout 4 definitely did not happen. Because of the fact that we see the Pridwin at the very beginning of the show, it had to be either the Brotherhood or the Minutemen ending. Because in both the Institute and the Railroad ending, the Pridwin gets blown up and everyone dies. So clearly, the Brotherhood didn't lose the Pridwin.
I'd love to, but you know, yoga waits
And Fallout New Vegas' endings are going to be called next season because that's where New Vegas is where the next season is going to take place at.
There you are.
It's cracking.
It's not even a joke. We're already seeing set photos. They look really accurate.
Let's see.
Fucking A right. We did.
We're doing John Wick Chapter 5.
Oh, and apparently, thanks to the publicly released script for that had to be released for the Emmy Award, we now know explicitly when Shady Sands got nuked and when it takes place in the timeline. Specifically, Shady Sands got nuked 2 years after the events of Fallout New Vegas. Because Maximus was 6 when it happened, and he's 19 in the current show.
Anyway, we're doing John Wick Chapter 5 for some reason.
Gotta be.
I thought John Wick is dead.
He probably should have stayed dead if only just for his own like fucking body.
And also an animated John Wick prequel movie. For some reason.
I don't know anything about it.
Anything interesting? Michael Jackson biopic, I guess. New Hunger Games prequel.
make sure this is one of them. Pretty scary. Back to you in the
Guys, career criminals should not have a catchphrase.
Yeah. You're a career criminal. Especially if you are one who was known to having catchphrases. You definitely shouldn't fucking repeat it after you fake your own fucking death.
Don't do it, Johnny. Don't do it. Trevor! You been with my girl again? I'm speaking with you, asshole. Don't do it, Johnny. I told him. We all get high. But that don't make it right.
Leave it.
Crystal has got us, baby. Don't make it right. Don't make nothing right. Now what you done with me? Come on, Johnny, leave it. I ain't leaving nothing. Trevor! I'm talking to you.
This scene pisses off people a lot.
Are you? What are you saying?
Fucking my girl, man. It's wrong.
I gotta fuck someone.
He kills a guy.
Because he kills Johnny Klebitz. Johnny Klebitz being the protagonist of the Lost in the Damned DLC of GTA 4.
I see.
You think this is funny?
Get him off! I told him to leave it, Trevor. I told him.
Also, just generally where Johnny is in this life pisses people off because they thought he would have, done better.
Yeah.
Like, people were like, why is he back with his girlfriend? Why the fuck is he high, even though he hated drugs?
Yeah.
Why is he such a fucking weakling? Like, I've seen these arguments and stuff like that, like, motherfucker, he's a biker. Those people don't exactly live long, fulfilling lives.
Dead.
Who the fuck are you speaking to? Who?
I'm talking to you,
huh?
Fuck.
Johnny.
Next time, don't get in my
fucking face.
I just saw
a fucking ghost in a guy in your trap. Get up. Fuck you then. Wait.
Probably not, if you shoot him, you gotta kill confirmation. Implying that he's not dead just yet, but he's about to fucking die from, like, blood loss and trauma.
I see.
We gotta speak to Johnny's recently bereaved brothers.
Warner Brothers announced they're returning to theatrical animation with their upcoming Cat in the Hat movie.
Warner Brothers should shut the fuck up.
Coming 2026 with Bill Hader as the cat.
Wait. This ghost I saw. His name is Michael Townley. Sounds like he's living in Los Santos.
I'm just...
And they announced, oh, we're making a new Looney Tunes movie also. Yeah.
I fucking hate Warner Brothers.
And a new Tom and Jerry movie, and a new Flintstones.
Okay, but I could have told you that one about the Tom and Jerry and Flintstones movie. I'm not even gonna lie here. They make those direct-to-DVD Tom and Jerry movies all the fucking time.
Theatrical movies. They're relaunching their animation divisions with 2 films a year starting 2026.
I don't believe them.
They said, well, you see, those old garbage films were under the previous administration, and these are under the new
Okay, that I believe.
administration, so therefore they are good.
So this happens a lot when like studios change heads and shit like that. They will go out of their way to like cancel basically anything that was made well before they got there. They do that out of spite and because it makes them look better with like the stuff that they make does well. Because if the stuff that the other person made did well, then that's a sign that the other person was doing just fine.
Cat in the Hat was greenlit under the previous owners.
Yeah.
And
But it probably didn't get that far into development that they could take credit for it, if you know what I mean.
it was supposed to be made at Illumination, but they lost the rights. And they said Cat in the Hat will launch an animated Seussiverse.
Now I really want them to shut the fuck up.
Thing 1 and Thing 2 movie coming 2027. Oh, the Places You Go coming 2028, or maybe it's the other way around.
Also the fact that basically most of the last remaining members of the Lost in the Damned from the DLC are dying this mission too.
Hey, we canceled some Looney Tunes movies. Let's make a new one.
Yeah.
What was that? No.
No, you don't mind? Oh, because you're a dead man? And the only
Man.
party is a little bit of brain and gristle on the end of my boot? Well, thank you very much, cowboy. Bullshit! I like it, denial.
First part of the grieving process, brothers. Now let's all hold hands. Well, looks like you got something you want to say. Huh?
They are already making a live action How to Train Your Dragon 2. The first one's not even out yet.
On what?
Live action How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
They're like, oh, we barely changed the script from the animated version. And we treated the animated one as a test screening for the live action one. Guys, not everything needs a fucking live action remake.
Did you see the look on their faces? We scared and win. Yeah, they didn't make you the harmless idiots you are. You keep out back here.
Blah.
I only do the things in the back. I don't mind.
And we got a trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is a very necessary movie. Learn to drive.
Yeah. I haven't had a lot of games with driving mechanics in a while.
You think it would be a lot easier to hit than we had an automatic weapon?
Probably. But, Trevor only has pistols.
We got FNAF 2 trailer showing the animatronics will now invade people's homes.
Isn't that what that AR game's about?
Yeah. It's a toy animatronics.
Technically, we saw it happening in...
FNAF 4, but...
no, I was gonna say the FNAF movie because Golden Freddy left in the cab.
But now the toy animatronics are doing it. There's a scene where Manuel is hit by a car. And there's a scene where Toy Chica meets a person at school. At a school. Dead. There was...
I'm surprised he survived.
They showed a logo for Mario.
He can never get on here like the first time around, if you notice.
What do you mean lost something? They showed a logo for Mario Movie 2 and that's it. You see that new Smurfs movie trailer?
No, because I kind of refuse to even acknowledge the Smurfs as a product.
It makes me want to shoot myself. Influencer Smurf is a real one. He's a YouTuber who Smurfs the kids. Do you guys get the joke? New SpongeBob movie. Because of course.
I'm not too shocked that the SpongeBob movie is a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Dead.
Sharp left! Slow it down!
Gosh.
I can't see it.
Ooh.
Are we still after him?
Also, by the way, I have leftover pizza in the fridge.
That's cool.
If you want some.
The only type of pizza I eat is pepperoni.
It is pepperoni.
Hmm.
Enough movie bullshit.
Wait, what type of, like, what brand?
What's it called? I have to look at the map. Oh, and Disney announced Coco 2. The Pixar movie.
Yeah, I know. I'm just. What do we even need a Coco to?
Money. God, what's the name of that pizza place?
Oh God! It's literally on a tree.
Blue Line Pizza, that's it.
Never heard of that one. Like, I'm split. On the one hand, it's free pizza, but on the other hand, I want soda.
In terms of gaming, I told Steven this already, but I beat Ace Attorney 3, which means I'm done with the entire trilogy. Fuck Godot. All my homies hate Godot. People only like him because he's hot.
He is kind of a moron. That's unironic, by the way. Like,
he's just an asshole.
He's so obsessed with revenge that he ends up like just straight up killing Maya's mom for no real reason.
Okay, dumb story. When I saw like Elise, I don't know how to pronounce her. Donum, whatever.
And
when I saw Elise, I looked at the face for a second, and my first thought was, I thought that was fucking Morgan, and I forgot she's in fucking jail. And
then you realized, oh, they're sisters. That makes sense.
Yeah. Damn, I can't believe Phoenix Wright has slept with more Fae women than Godot ever has.
The sad part is, because we have no idea if Mia and Godot and Diego Armando ever got together. I wouldn't be too shocked considering how Phoenix seemingly lives in the fucking office, and so does Maya.
I like to think that.
So, like, on some level, there's a decent chance that they've both slept in the same bed because there might legitimately not be enough room for either of them.
Where does Pearl sleep?
Like, Phoenix does have an actual home, but that's in the anime, and we don't see that like anywhere in like the fucking games. Especially because he's seemingly there at nighttime.
When my sister finishes the trilogy on her own, we're gonna watch the animes together. And it's gonna be hell. To go over my thoughts on each case. Case 1, I thought was perfect for setting the tone of the game. Being like, oh shit, you have to defend the fucking protagonist in a flashback? You think he would have brought this up before.
It's especially funny because he's like, do you know why I wanted to be a lawyer? Like, then you find this out, like, that makes way more sense. What the fuck are you on about?
Because I wanted to fuck Edgeworth, I mean. They kiss at the end, by the way. I did think the voice clips they had for Mia when you play as her were a bit high-pitched, and I found that a bit strange.
Because you imagine that she has a deeper voice than she actually does.
Yeah. Like...
To be fair, I also imagine her with a deeper voice than she actually does.
I'm sure in the anime she has a deeper voice.
No. Canonically, most of the girls actually have fairly high voices. Even, like, fucking Francisco, who you also kind of imagine with a slightly deeper voice than she actually does.
Well, Francisco...
Which is especially funny because you should imagine that she has a high-pitched voice. She's only a teenager!
Well, if you guys don't know what Mia sounds like
She's 18.
like that, I just think it's kind of high point.
She's 18 when you meet her, so she's quite literally not that old either.
Yeah. Case 2. I really like Case 2, actually. It was funny. It made me... This is a case that made me go, fuck Larry Butts. All my homies hate Larry Butts.
You'd be surprised at how many people agree with you on that front.
He was fine in Game 1. And then they just kind of ruined his character.
Fuck!
And then they decided to ruin his whole character with this game.
I warned Johnny, and I warned you today.
Case 3, I knew going in it was a holdover from Justice for All.
But sad fact is, it's probably better than some of the cases that did make it to Justice for All. By that I mean Big Top.
It is Case 3, but at the same time, it's not 2-3. Maid Maya was cool.
Hell yeah! I'll always love that.
I do think the way the villain exposes himself in court is very funny. Like, you present a prescription bottle and he just describes the poison bottle in detail. I thought that was funny. Case 4 was a case. I don't really have anything to say on Case 4.
Case 4 was the one that was the flashback case, right?
Yeah, the second flashback case with Edgeworth as the prosecutor. And the guy kills himself at the end. Case 5 is probably my favorite case in the whole series.
So far. But yeah.
So far.
It is a lot of people's favorite cases, period.
It really gives off the feeling that, oh, this is the end, everything has all been building up to this.
And then you get to the rest of the franchise, and then you realize, oh, so it was just the end of that era.
Yeah. I'll probably play the second trilogy next. But that retails for $50 fucking, so I'm probably just gonna wait for a sale.
Yeah. So canonically, the investigations games take place between those games. So if either one is a decent idea for doing that.
That one goes for $40.
Yeah. And the greatest attorney games are prequels.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, where you follow Phoenix's ancestor. Which, by the way, it'll always be hilarious to me that they give Phoenix a reason to be a lawyer, but then they keep on adding more reasons why he should be a lawyer. Not only was he defended that one time as a kid, but then there's the fact that he was defended in college, and the fact that he's descended from a famous lawyer who, came from Japan and did his law stuff in England with fucking Sherlock Holmes. Well, Herlock Sholmes.
Legally acceptable sound alike.
Technically, the idea is that in universe, Sherlock Holmes was a real guy, and the Sherlock Holmes character was based off of him.
Anyway, I made tier lists for Ace Attorney. My thoughts. Here's my case tier list.
I can't read this.
Damn. Okay, so in S tier, from best to worst, we got 3-5, 2-4, and 1-4. In A tier, we got 3-2, 1-2, 1-1, and 3-1. B tier is 3-4, 2-2, 1-3, 1-5. C tier is 3-3 and 2-1. And D tier is 2-3.
Not even F tier?
There wasn't an F tier.
Surprising.
I should have added it, but that would. D is just fancy F tier in there.
Yeah. I get the feeling that it's only not F tier because, at the very least, Phoenix and Maya are in character.
Yeah. Other than that, the Dane Roper writers took one look at that case and went like,
we can make an entire game out of this.
Hey, I read somewhere that the Ace Attorney creator considers that his favorite case ever.
I don't think that's ever been said anywhere.
But I also heard somewhere else he wrote it while he was drunk.
That I can believe.
Because, quote, the more drunk I am, the more powerful I am.
Considering the sheer amount of backstories Apollo gets later on, I wouldn't be too shocked if that were the case.
I know he didn't write Game 5 and 6, but I do know the Apollo backstory.
You do know how fucking batshit Apollo's backstory gets?
Ace Attorney 7, Apollo gets a new backstory. Ace Attorney 8, Apollo gets a new backstory. Ace Attorney 9, he's just not in the game.
So if to whoever doesn't know, the reason that it's called the Apollo Justice Trilogy is because each fucking new game gives them a new backstory.
What's next? The Athena Sykes Trilogy, which gets
more trauma.
More trauma. Next 3 games.
Like we find out the reason she was just of her mom is because her dad died in like the seventh game, like how he died, and it was also traumatizing.
And then the 8th game, it's like, oh,
it turns out that she'd been the reason she was living in England is because she was with her aunt and uncle, and they'd just been murdered, and it turns out she's being framed.
I mean, living in England is traumatizing enough.
Yeah. That's why I said they'd just been murdered instead of they'd been murdered while she was young.
I did read somewhere that Capcom said Ace Attorney will never end.
I mean, I could have told you that part. I don't think Capcom ever plans on ending any of their franchises.
Mega Man.
Okay, that doesn't count because the only Mega Man games to actually franchises to actually have definitive endings are the Net Timeline games. Because since it was always a spin-off universe, the creators behind those decided to like actually have endings.
Speak.
You know I don't like choosing these things.
Loud.
You're listening.
Then make it quick.
That business thing's been set up. The Chinese guy, Mr. Chang, is at the inn.
You said that on the
phone?
What the fuck is wrong with you, damn it, Rob? Now I'm gonna discipline you, and you know how I feel about that.
I was gonna say, fucking. Wait, what was that about?
Mega Man?
Oh yeah, every fucking sub-franchise in the classic series ended on a fucking cliffhanger. Mega Man didn't because Mega Man 11 barely has story, but X, Zero, ZX, and Legends have all ended on cliffhangers.
What else was there? Oh, and here's my, character tier list.
Okay, this is easier. Yeah. I see the appropriate characters are an F.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Morgan's that low, but...
She's stupid.
Yeah.
She did not teach her kid how to read, and she sends her a note written like it's fucking Shakespeare.
I can, if stupidity is part of the problem, I can understand why Emma's lesbian sister is here.
Yeah.
The joke here is that like a lot of people really, really lean in on some of that backstory to imply that, outside of that, most of these seem fitting. I'm surprised Star is down here.
I just don't like her.
Fair enough. Oh, probably because of the trophy where you have to get all of her lunchboxes.
Well, that, and also I just don't like her.
Fair enough. I'm guessing the reason you don't like me and Maya's mom is because of...
She's just kind of there.
Yeah. I was actually going to say she just reminds you of Morgan, and that makes you like her less.
No, she was just kind of there. That's fine.
Larry is too high for how much you hate him right now.
I had to revise this list 2 times.
Wait, you dislike Larry for the comments he had about Pearl, but you don't dislike Max Galactica?
He's funny. Where is he in C?
Yeah. Then again, both of them are being weirdos about underage girls, so I guess it fits that they're both in the same category.
Yeah.
A seems fitting, but Frank saw it, really?
He's in B.
Wendy Old back in A? I mean,
They're in B.
I mean, B? What?
Old Bad is funny.
Okay.
Saw is entertaining.
If you like Frank Saw, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy Investigations too. He makes a comeback, meaning that not everyone gets executed in these games. Because, you're never going to see Gatto again, because canonically he does get executed.
Yeah, I thought he just died of an illness.
No.
Even better.
You got the death penalty.
Even better.
Mo the Clown at A, huh?
I like him.
Fair enough.
He's funny. He's the only good character out of 2-3.
Fair enough. Polly at S?
It's iconic.
Okay. I do understand Missile being at S, though. But yeah, A and S seem fairly accurate. Outside of, like, the slightly questionable animals and Mo.
I saw someone put Mo in S tier.
Yeah, a lot of shit posters like Mo.
Like, unironically, though.
They use him a lot in objection laws, if you notice.
I've been gathering objection laws.
Gotta check some of the stuff on the internet.
Not redneck racists.
Child abduction announced this morning was a false alarm. It was a man-child in a cosplay group. Jesus Christ.
Oh, there it is. Damn.
So, we were talking about things going on in media.
Now on to gaming. Well, I beat Persona 3 Dancing, and I can say, Persona 5 Dancing and Persona 3 Dancing are just Pokemon. Because they don't need to be 2 separate games.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, they're like Pokemon, but... Fuck, how do I word this?
I mean, to be fair, the most recent one had some of the biggest actual differences.
Fuck.
Mostly because, like, the story changed slightly. Not much, but slightly. Yeah. Instead of mommy issues, you have daddy issues, is the basic change here.
Yeah.
But I mean Arvin. Not, like, the player character. The player character doesn't really care.
I went back and got the Platinum on the PS4 version of Royal. Speaking of Royal, on Sunday, Jonathan stayed over until 8 o'clock at night.
Oh, speaking of Jonathan, I saw him not that long ago. Like, 2 weeks ago. Because, like, no, wait, last week. So what happened is that, like, I saw him last week just shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you ever heard of a guy called Psy?
Psy?
Supposedly he went to high school with us.
No.
Well, he was in the anime club with during Jonathan's tenure and stuff like that.
I don't remember.
Apparently he knew of us.
What do you mean knew of us?
Like, he's like, are you Steven? He works at our store right now.
Oh.
He did know you and, like, Jonathan.
Are you the guy from Uneven Buddies?
Not for Uneven Buddies.
If someone ever approaches me like that, I'm just gonna run.
Eric might approach you like that.
I feel like he'd do that as a joke.
Probably.
He does comment occasionally. Also, our Persona 5 series is now the longest episode count total on this channel.
We don't count the fact that Kingdom Hearts has,
Individual
yeah.
game. And we're not even halfway done with the game. We just beat Futawa's Palace.
Damn.
And because of the new Royal stuff, it's not even the halfway point anymore.
Yeah. It's more like the 2/3. I think 2/3, like
1/3?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mentioned before, but I did hold like a romance tournament saying, who the fuck should we romance?
Who won ultimately again?
Makoto. Second place was Yoshizawa. Third place was Takemi,
Nice.
who would have been Jonathan's choice if it was his decision.
I voted for Takemi also.
The least popular was Chihaya, the fortune teller, who only got 1 vote.
Oh, you got more?
Well, you see, I had 3 polls, and Chihaya was on its own. Oya was up against Yoshizawa alone because of how it was stacked.
Huh?
And, well, she only got 1 vote there, but that was only 16 votes there.
Uh-huh.
The one with Chihaya got like 150 votes, and Chihaya only got 1.
Oh, so just by like literal sheer numbers,
Yeah.
Chihaya did worse than Oya.
Yeah.
Because on a percentage basis, she got less percent of the whole total.
I'm also kind of bitter towards Chihaya because I got the rank 9 of her confidant when I was playing Royal, and then the next day, the final boss happened, so I couldn't continue it.
Rest in peace, my dude.
And I'm pissed. Speaking of Persona, Atlas has registered a domain called p4re.jp, which people are now thinking, oh my god, they're going to announce Persona 4 remake in 2 months. Because they did the same for Persona 3 last 2 years.
Yeah, I do know about that. All I could say is
10 more years of Naoto Kanji discourse, baby.
yeah, this is not gonna be fun.
I do think they are almost certainly going to rewrite some scenes.
Probably.
Because in the original Persona 3, there's a scene where they go to the beach and they meet a woman, but it turns out she's trans, so that it freaks them out. But in Reload, they rewrote it so she's a conspiracy theorist instead.
I can already imagine some of the scenes that are going to probably have to be written, and it's almost certainly going to be mostly about Yosuke.
I was going to say.
And almost certainly most of it is going to be related to his homophobia, thanks to Kanji.
If they just keep, apart from that stuff, if they just keep the story...
Oh! And the fat shaming.
Yeah.
And the slut shaming.
Yeah.
Granted, Kashiwagi kind of deserves it, because, let's be upfront here, she's hitting on teenagers.
Apart from that...
Granted, if we're going by Alice's current standards, that's not a crime. It's to be commended. Because, she's a woman.
Yeah. Apart from those two,
To be upfront here, that's not like a saying it's a messed up thing, because no matter what, it's messed up. But it's a double standard that it was kind of pointed out that yes, you can in fact sleep with your teacher in Persona 5, even though the first boss is all about how the teacher's raping his students.
well, you see, it's a student that wants a teacher.
Yeah. It's certainly not because there's a bit of a double standard when it comes to older women getting with younger men, compared to older men getting with younger women.
Yeah.
I'm actually not kidding here. It's because legitimately, fucking Kamoshida is a literal rapist.
Yeah.
You have to actively go out of your way to seduce your teacher. She gets a small crush on you fast, but you are actively pushing her towards it.
Well, fuck Kamoshida. All my homies hate Kamoshida.
And I cannot lie, this would all be mended if they just fucking stopped putting us in high school.
Anyways,
That's never gonna happen, by the way.
I know.
To the people who don't know, in the eyes of the Japanese, high school is the best years of their lives. Kind of like how people view college in America. And that's because that's when they have the most amount of freedom. The second they get to college, it's work till you fucking die.
Well, apart from, like, rewriting all the, quote, problematic shit,
the actual problematic shit that needs to be rewritten is Teddy.
And deleting Teddy from the game. If they just keep the story the exact same, but with, like, all the updated gameplay and quality of life features that have been introduced since, then it'd be a good remake.
To people wondering why we say Teddy needs to be rewritten, it's because it's fucking weird to see him, like, outright just hitting on everyone.
Yeah.
He's a little shit. There's a reason why people don't like Teddy.
He's very strange.
Although I'm not kidding here, if there's anything that needs to be rewritten, it's how Yosuke handles his friendship with Kanji.
Yeah.
Motherfucker really goes out of the way to make Kanji feel alienated.
What if they re-implement the Yosuke romance?
I mean, good for them. I'm not about to do it.
They should add.
I don't like Yosuke enough to romance him.
They should add the what's it? That girl that was only in the anime. Add her as a social link.
Aika?
Yeah, Aika.
Yeah. She'd be cool. But unironically, like, fucking hell. The best way to handle this game is just don't touch the dialogue outside of, like, literally dropping some of the really messed up shit.
Add the same quality of life shit that Reload did. Have good gameplay. Fully voice acted. I was going to say proper social links. They'll probably recast everyone again.
Probably.
Because...
Oh, and make sure that you and Adachi have the same voice actor.
Yeah.
Like, that's a deliberate choice. Don't forget that was meant to be deliberate.
Yeah. Like, in Persona 3, the protagonist and Pharaohs and Ryoji have the same voice actor, and they kept that in Reload.
Yeah.
I will say, I can't believe we're getting a Persona 4 remake before Persona 6.
I can.
That game is never coming out.
That's actually why I can. I don't think they're ever going to make one.
They said they're making one. And
but also, everyone's like, should have seen it coming that they've been holding off on this the entire time.
Yeah. They also registered the domain P5RE. And everyone's joking, oh my god, Persona 5 remake, but I think they're just claiming that so a troll doesn't, like, steal it from them.
Which is probably the actual case of what's going on with the Persona 4 one.
I mean, I don't doubt a Persona 4 remake is going to happen. Because it probably will. But people point out, well, Persona 4 was just an asset flip of Persona 3, so they can do the same for the remake.
I mean, yeah.
The most common fan title I see for it is Persona 4 Rewind.
That's the one I like.
Because TV.
This is a lot harder to do when there's so much glare on the TV.
Yeah, I know, I hate the fucking glare. In other gaming news, there were 2 Nintendo Directs. The first one was fucking boring! Except for Tomodachi Life, I finally got my wish.
Rhythm Heaven?
Rhythm Heaven 2. But Tomodachi Life, baby, I won! I'll gladly shut up now. Like, with gay marriage even. Hooray.
If the man wants to respect, I ain't one to cut that short.
But yeah,
Can't see shit! Like, literally.
I know.
I actually can't see him. Damn it! Logan, why is that?
I don't know. Come on. There he is.
Okay, I'll get to him.
How do I miss him so often?
There we go. There we go.
Down he goes.
Get your sights back on me, Trev. I'm scared.
I got you in my sights, so get a move on and plant that bomb on the gas tank.
I'm on. There's a guy coming out of that building, I think. I can hear him.
Ow.
Shit.
I see him.
He's coming out our door.
I see him. But yeah, apart from Rhythm Heaven and Tomodachi Life, that direct sucked ass.
You should at least go over what happened, like, by thing, you know?
Yeah. Okay, let me pull it up. I did a backflip when they announced Tomodachi Life, by the way.
What?
When they announced Tomodachi Life, I did a backflip. Alright, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake. No Sleep for Kaname Day for I, the Sunnim Files. Raidu Remastered. Shadow Labyrinth, Patapon 1+2 Replay. Story of Seasons, Metroid Prime 4. Disney Villains Curse Cafe. Witchbrook, Eternal Life of Goldman. Radius, Origins, Rift of the Never Dancer, Tamagotchi Plaza, Pokemon Legends ZA. My comment on that game is the starter lineup is stupid.
My comment on that game is, wow, so that's what it looked like when they actually have 60 FPS.
Rhythm Heaven Groove, Virtual Game Card, which is strange, High on Life, Star Overdrive, The Wandering Village, Kingdom Meat.
Oh, did you see that part where they have a Mario and Luigi bundle for Hitman?
For Hitman?
Yeah.
I didn't. Fantasy Life I, Saga Frontier 2, Monument Valley 2, 1, 2, 3, Everybody's Golf, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, and Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, baby! Yes, I'm happy. I can finally dump my 3DS in the garbage. Oh, and Nintendo Today, which I don't have on my phone.
I do.
And then we got the Switch 2 Direct. I'll start with what I don't like because it's easier. One, who the fuck's gonna pay $80 for Mario Kart?
Well, I'm going for the $50 bundle, so...
Two, the camera is a mistake.
I'm not even going to use the camera. Why would I care about that?
You have to buy it separately. But yeah, the camera is a bad idea. Not buying. In the Direct itself, we got a Mario Kart World. You can play as a fucking cow. Sure. Mario Kart World. There's gonna be a Direct on that. This week, I think?
Sure, yeah. I'm in World.
April 17th, that's this Thursday. The Switch 2 will have dedicated voice chat. I'm still probably just gonna stick to Discord.
All I could say about the cameras, I'm literally never going to buy one, so I don't really care about it.
Me neither.
I am going to get the Switch 2 on launch day, though.
I'm getting it like...
Because, unironically, this might be the first gaming console where it's cheaper to get it on launch day than any other day.
I might wait like a month, but it depends on if I can pre-order it or not.
The reason I say that is because if you know what's going on in the United States right now, you know that that console's only going to get more expensive.
And Nintendo will gladly take the opportunity because they're greedy as fuck.
It's not just that, it's because the economy's going to be down the shitter for everybody.
They're adding screen sharing. Okay. It's going to run at 120 FPS in handheld mode.
By the way, if you think Nintendo's greedy, you should see what Sony just did.
Well, Sony's a nice person.
No, you should see what Sony just fucking did.
What'd they do?
They increased their prices of the console already.
Oh, that's justifiable. The economy's doing the shit.
Yeah!
Nintendo's Japanese, so they're evil.
You realize Sony is too, right?
Sony's mainly American now.
You realize Patapon and everybody's golf are, like, Sony games, right?
What's everybody's golf?
That game that you overlooked because you didn't care about?
What's Patapon?
That one game that's a rhythm game.
There's this part of my mouth that's just hurting. Oi, what else?
So is your general idea now that you're trying to be a Sony shill?
No, fuck Sony. And fuck Microsoft as well.
Honestly, yeah, no. Microsoft is actually probably the most responsible for this current issue. If you notice, they're actually American, and oh yeah, they very much pulled for who you know who.
Switch 2 will have 256 gigabytes of storage. Thank fuck. The doctor's a fan. Why the fuck are they selling the Switch 2 Welcome Tour separately?
They did it with the Switch and with 1-2 Switch. Why the fuck are you guys shocked?
Because Astro's Playroom was free.
And?
PlayStation 1, Nintendo 0.
Like, you realize it's a glorified tech demo.
Yeah.
Actually speaking, you don't even need to get it. All you have to do is just wait for someone to buy it, put it online on YouTube, and watch it. That's all you need to do. I'm not about to spend money, and I was never even going to touch it if it was free.
We're getting Switch.
You want to know how I know this? You know the last time like Nintendo made one of those tech demos free, the fucking Nintendo Land for Wii U? I never fucking played that game ever at all.
We're getting Switch 2 editions of Switch 1 games.
Hell, the only like tech demo I've ever tried for one of these consoles was the one for the 3DS. You know, like the photo one.
Photo one, yeah.
And even then, I only played that one because of the fact that I found it to be like fun to do something else because I kind of wanted to try it out. And even then, I didn't find it fun. I just like, I mean, that was interesting, but
it's kind of a game. We're getting Switch 2 editions of Switch 1 games, such as Mario Party.
Honestly, just minigame collections in general are not fun, in my opinion. Like, the only reason they're fun when they're Mario Party is because of the fact that it's literally a party game where you're playing with other people. You ever see I never touch Mario Party outside of when I'm in a group?
Do people... Well, listen, playing Mario Party solo is the most depressing thing you can do.
Yeah, no. You see what I mean, right? Like, why does anyone care about this tech demo?
Because Reggie shit on it.
Yeah, Reggie shit on it because he's making a buck.
Okay. Anyway...
It's not even a joke, he actually is making a buck right now.
There's some wheelchair basketball game that my social worker says is offensive.
I mean... Go off, I guess? I don't really care.
What is this? Hades 2?
Hades 2 is a game that I'm looking forward to when it's actually finished.
Street Fighter 6 on Switch 2 with Amiibo?
Honestly, that one's actually a good deal. You wanna know why?
Why?
It'll be coming out with all the DLC for $60. If you know anything about fighting games, this is the equivalent of like every once in a while a fighting game does this thing where they just release
all the DLC with the game.
Yeah, like a fuller version, and the base game goes down in price. That's what's going to be happening. So this is the Champion Edition, is what I'm saying.
Split Fiction?
I've never heard of this game, and
it's from the same people as It Takes Two, which means you have to play with a co-op.
I don't play with co-op, and we both know this.
Well, actually, you played Left 4 Dead on this channel, so...
That doesn't really count, now, does it?
Madden NFL, after skipping the entire Switch 1.
Fuck.
Let's go! Hogwarts Legacy, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. That game got resurrected from the dead, by the way. Thanks, Microsoft.
Yeah. Funnily enough, do you see the SpongeBob?
I did. I was going to mention that. Thank you, Microsoft, for resurrecting a title Activision canceled because they prefer their devs to work on Call of Duty instead.
Fucking Call of Duty. Learn to optimize your games, you fucks!
And Call of Duty is going to come to Switch too because of that, because they legally have to.
I'm not kidding here. Preston, how big do you think Breath of the Wild is?
20 gigabytes.
7.
7
gigabytes.
Oh, 20 gigabytes is the Wii U size.
Do you want to know what game is considered like the biggest game like Nintendo's ever made?
Kingdom.
No.
What?
Xenoblade Chronicles X. When it came to the Wii, to the Switch, they managed to make it go down by 10 gigabytes.
Fuck. Well,
Kirby in the Forgotten Land with its DLC on the Switch 2 lost lost memory size. It went down by 100 like megabytes. Mario Kart World is going to be about 25 gigs, and that is the biggest major fucking Nintendo game on the Switch right now.
Well, now it's fine because the Switch 2 has better internal storage.
Yeah, no. I'm saying that, Nintendo has been making wonders in optimization, and meanwhile, Call of Duty is releasing half a fucking hard drive's worth of game!
Well, you see, they want you to only play COD, so they make them as ludicrously big as possible.
You want to know the worst part? Want to know what most of the size has actually been taken up by? Because it's not game. But textures!
Yeah. And now they're going to be coming to Switch 2 because legally they have to.
Yeah. And you want to know how like fucking obvious this kind of shit is? Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be coming to Switch too, right?
Yeah.
Not only that, it's going to be coming with its DLC.
Yeah.
And it'll be 100% on cartridge.
These are the same people that shoved Witcher 3 with all DLC on cartridge.
Yeah. There are companies that know how to fucking do this. And then there are companies who clearly don't give a fuck. I'm looking at you, Square Enix!
Kingdom Hearts Cloud version for Switch.
Not just that, the fucking a Bravely Default remaster that's going to be on a game key card.
Game key card.
Which, by the way, there's a lot of misinformation about that entire shit. It's not an unusual thing. It's what the fucking PlayStation and Xbox have been doing forever and a half now. And it's quite literally just a replacement for those boxes where, like, oh, you just kind of have to put it in, but in reality, you kind of have to download most of the game.
How much you want to bet some companies are still going to do that anyway?
And even then, this is actually an upgraded version of that type of thing, because the previous one, where with just that box that had that blue thing near the border, you couldn't download that game onto other Switches. This one you can, as long as you have that key card, you can just put that into any Switch, and then you can download that game onto whichever Switch you put it in. It's meant to act as like a confirmation key.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I see people getting pissed off about this, even though it's a fairly standard thing in this industry. What the fuck are you guys on about?
Well, you see, people are really stupid and don't believe anything at face value.
$90 Switch games, which isn't a thing. That was only a Euro thing. And even then, if we're really being upfront, Australia's been paying $90 for a while. Actually, their games go up to 120.
Damn. Imagine being Australian.
Yeah. So, it's actually notable that most of the people complaining about how expensive these games are explicitly from the United States. The other countries just don't give a shit. They've been paying these prices for a while.
Yeah. And we got Yakuza 0 Director's Cut.
With more cutscenes and a new multiplayer mode, which you can play by yourself.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
Supposedly this one's actually going to be canon.
Because the last one was fucking time travel.
Yeah.
And another point of I told you so, GameCube on Switch Online.
Thank fucking God, finally.
You were like, oh, it's never gonna happen because they've.
Well, I was literally not expecting it to ever happen on Switch 1, and I was right about that front.
Yeah. A part of me thought, oh, if they ever introduce GameCube, they're gonna have like a third tier. But I'm so glad they're not doing that.
No, instead they're just putting it into the same tier everything else is in. Yeah. By the way, circling back to those upgraded versions of the Switch games. Yeah, the Zelda ones are going to be on that expansion pass.
Yeah, I know that.
Which makes sense, because the expansion pass also does a mobile shit, so if their only upgrade is going to be mobile shit, they might as well put it onto that.
We are only getting 3 games at the GameCube launch, but to be fair, those games are kind of huge.
Yeah, also, going back to that, those Switch upgrade games, people are being real stupid about those too. They're like, why is Zelda the Breath of the Wild gonna be $70? Like, motherfucker, the game is 9 years old at this point. You could find a used copy
for $55.
Like, where did you see $55 for a used copy?
GameStop.
Damn, GameStop really do be shit. Like, you can in fact just find used copies, and most of the Switch user base has a copy of the game. I also saw people getting pissed that it doesn't come with the DLC. Yeah, no fucking shit it doesn't. Most of you have it. What are you guys on about?
I don't know.
I say that because I was on the Switch subreddit when I saw that. Like, most of you should have these games already. What are you on about? Why are you complaining? This is for brand new people.
Because people are really stupid and they take things at face value without thinking twice.
Like, there are people who don't even think that you can just play the Switch 1 versions, which you definitively can. And, like, there are some people who think that you're going to be forced to buy the DLC again. Even though you have it on your account, you can just download it on your new Switch.
Anyways. We're only getting 3 GameCube games at the launch, but
Those are good. These are good GameCube games.
and also
though.
GameCube games are bigger.
Yep.
We are getting the Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX. You can remap controls.
How big do you think the Wind Waker is?
Okay, so fun fact, I was actually thinking of an argument of why they wouldn't put GameCube on the NSO, and I was like, oh, if you go pirate stuff, I mean, download some free, I mean, legally obtained copies, they're all like 1 gigabyte, and if they have like, and I know compression is the easy answer, but if you have like 50 GameCube games and stuff, that's like 50 gigabytes.
Yep.
And I know compression is the easy answer, which they're probably gonna do.
Oh, did you see the new design for the actual like
I did.
like NSO like part of fucking?
I did. The Switch, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good upgrade.
GameCube games confirmed to be arriving in the future are Mario Sunshine, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Pokemon XD, you don't have to shell out $300 for it, Super Mario Strikers, Chibi Robo, Luigi's Mansion 1, and Pokemon Coliseum.
Nice. Do you think?
No, we are not getting Melee.
No, not that. I honestly don't expect it to ever happen. Only just because Sakurai hates it hates it because of how people act about the game.
We don't even have Smash 64 yet, so... If we get Melee, I'll eat dirt.
Let it go.
Alright. Now, what's next? Oh, and they're renaming all the apps for, They're renaming the apps from Nintendo Switch Online to Nintendo Classics.
Which honestly is a much better name.
Yeah. And also, for the first time, a game got removed from the service recently.
Which one?
Super Soccer on the SNES.
Huh.
Published by Spike Chunsoft.
I wonder why it got taken down.
Licensing issues.
That's fair, I guess.
It was published by Spike Chunsoft.
Yeah.
And now people are thinking, oh, does this mean more games are going to be delisted? And everyone's looking at GoldenEye.
Well, considering how the current rights holders are IO Interactive and they're putting the Project 007 onto it, probably not going to be leaving anytime soon, actually.
Yeah. I at least imagine they secured a deal for a lot of years.
I'm not kidding here. When they announced the Hitman game coming, they showed like some bonus stuff. One of which was green and one of which was red.
Yeah.
And it was very obvious that it was meant to be like a Mario and Luigi thing. So everyone was laughing at it because quite literally people were expecting them to even to avoid Luigi, like being brought up in this entire game because of what happened with Luigi Mangione.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing jokes about like how Mario's portion of the DLC is gonna be like you taking on a guy who resembles Bowser and rescuing a girl who resembles Peach. Meanwhile, Luigi, kill this healthcare CEO.
My sister's playing Tomodachi Life right now.
She must be really excited.
Yeah, we're both really excited for the new one. I've been asking it for it forever.
You quite literally have.
Yeah, and now I can finally make Phoenix Wright kiss Joe Biden. I mean, wait, what?
So, should we finish for...
I'm almost done with the Switch 2 stuff.
Okay.
I am wondering, what's next? What's the next system for Switch Online? Everyone's saying, like, DS and Wii will probably come in the future.
I think, if anything, the DS is probably going to be the one that proves itself hard.
Yeah.
Even with the mouse controls. Because as anyone who's ever tried DS emulation is probably right now, mouse controls are still fucking annoying.
Yeah, they are.
Hopefully the touchscreen is still a thing. But that means literally, like, on the Switch.
Wii would be easy because Joy-Con. I've also seen people throw around 3DS, but I'm not sure about that one.
I don't... Yeah, no, you have to get through DS first, trust me.
Yeah. I think DS will come first, maybe then Wii later. I think they'll stop.
Yeah.
Deltarune, Chapter 3 and 4.
Deltarune!
Deltarune tomorrow.
June 5th. By the way, going back to that Street Fighter 6 thing, Elena, which is the last member of DLC 2, like the second season of DLC, is also coming out June 5th because apparently she was the reason. Like, Street Fighter fans have been wondering where the fuck the announcement for a release date was, and it's seemingly just because they've been holding off on until the Switch, which is basically the same reason why Toby hasn't been saying shit. He was holding off till the Switch 2 announcement.
But Deltarune tomorrow. Borderlands 4.
One thing about the announcement of Deltarune, like Chapter 3 and 4. The game is going to be costing $25, and Toby has announced that yes,
you'll get the rest of the chapters for free.
Yeah, not only do you get the rest of the chapters free, he kind of also spoiled a thing. There's only going to be one ending to the game.
I think he said that like forever ago.
Yeah, well, I only just saw that. But the funny part is people were actually like annoyed on that post that talked about it. And I'm like, motherfucker, you remember the beginning of the game tells you your choices don't matter.
We're getting Borderlands 4 and Civilization 7, which is already on Switch 1.
It's an upgrade, specifically mouse controls.
WWE 2K, NBA 2K, which has already been coming out on Switch 1. Survival Kids, Enter the Gungeon 2.
Most people didn't even get to see Enter the Gungeon 2 because of that fucking, like, stream break. I feel bad for them.
Star Seeker, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Part 1, Intergrade Edition.
That one was cool.
Silk Song, finally.
Fucking hell.
And then,
I do not believe that release date, by the way. 2025, I do not believe in that.
And then still doesn't come out. Shadow Labyrinth. Some games. Fortnite. Professor Layton and the New World Steam. I've never played a single one.
Yeah, neither am I.
The Dust Bloods?
The Dust Bloods is the new FromSoft game that's going to be a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Made by Hideaki Miyazaki, which means that it's probably going to be at the very least good.
Kirby Air Riders with Sakurai directing, which means we're not getting Smash 6 soon, thank fucking God.
Thank fucking God. But also, hell yeah, Air Ride.
I'm sorry, I love Smash, but a part of me still thinks...
Smash fans are the fucking worst.
Not that. I know Ultimate's like years old, but I still think it's kind of too soon for a new one.
Yeah, I'm going to be upfront here. I kind of hate the amount of people who are like, when's the new Smash coming out? Shut the fuck up! 2029. The game is huge, just give it a fucking decade or something.
Oh, and Donkey Kong Bonanza. When I get a Switch 2, that'll be like the first game I buy.
Oh, so you're probably just going to hold off until then? Because it comes out about a month after the Switch 2.
If I can pre-order it, then I'll pre-order it. And if not, I'll wait like a month. And if that doesn't work out, I'll buy a second PS5 out of spite.
Oh, you want to know how much the new iPhone's going to cost?
$2,000.
$2,300.
That was close.